Hello, Guilty Feminists. This is Deborah with some quick announcements. We have more shows coming up at King's Place on the 17th of March and at Soho Theatre on the 24th, 25th and 27th of March. Get your tickets now by going to guiltyfeminist.com and clicking on live shows. Jessica Regan is back with more big speeches workshops to help you find your voice. These will take place via Zoom and will be on the last Sunday of the month, starting on the 26th of March. The cost is £50, but we have subsidised £10 places available if you can't afford that. Link in the show notes or go to guiltyfeminist.com and click on Big Speeches. If you want to support the podcast, you can go to patreon.com/guiltyfeminist, and from as little as £2.50 a month, you get ad-free episodes, bonus content, and you can be the first to hear about new shows and get special discounts. And something that costs you nothing to do is go to iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts and give us a 5-star review and click follow or subscribe. Also, share an episode you particularly enjoyed with someone either online or tell someone with your face who might like to listen to The Guilty Feminist. And now, back to that very same podcast. Hello, and we're back. Did you have a good interval? Yeah. Did you meet anybody? This row's got longer. This has got longer. Charlie, did you get a friend?
Hello,
Another friend.
I tried some of the shortbread during the break. It was very good.
We've basically eaten it all, I'll be honest with you. Out the back, it was just gannets. It's really, really good. Can I ask Marta and David, did you meet anyone? Were you celebrities? Did people come up and say hi? Anyone buy you a drink?
No.
Disappointing, because the gay Michaels used to clean up. So this
strong brand.
Strong brand. 50-50. It's people enjoyed it, but it is admittedly not as strong a brand as just the gay Michaels. Like that had a...
Yeah, they sound like a show band from the 1960s. The Gay Michaels.
It does actually sound like an Irish band, doesn't it?
Really? It does. It's beautiful.
Does, absolutely.
Beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. Listen, that was a fantastic first half. And you are already one of my very favourite audiences. Even by Dublin standards. Which is not... It's not an easy bar to clear, is it, Alison? We've had some incredible audiences in Dublin.
We have, actually.
We really have. So... Don't need to sound so surprised about it.
No, because I was just saying it for the sake of it, and then I had actual memories, and then I was like, do you know what I mean? Then I was like, actually.
So I am so excited for you, one of my very favourite audiences, to meet our first guest. Are you ready to meet our first guest? Woo! Are you ready to meet our first guest? Well, our first guest today is a music artist, DJ and presenter who, as well as being an incredibly talented pop and R&B vocalist, champions the best new artists and bands emerging from the UK and Ireland on BBC Radio 1 and BBC Radio Ulster. She is Northern Irish and she is in the house. Put your hands together and make an incredible woohooing noises for the wonderful Gemma Bradley! Woo!
Hello. Gemma.
Hi, Gemma.
What are your preferences now, Tato-wise?
This is a bit controversial because I don't actually like cheese and onion Tato crisps. And I know that's the whole thing, so I'm a salt and vinegar gal personally. Yeah.
Does Mr. Tato not do salt and vinegar?
He does, but it's not the flavour to get,
It's not,
it's not the classic Tato.
They also did like a fizzy cola bottle flavour there last year. I was glad I'm out of the country for that. It wasn't bad. I mean, that's not a good indicator of anything. It wasn't bad.
Okay. Gemma, what are you going to sing for us?
So the first song I'm going to sing is called Better, and it's an original.
Ooh!
Take it away.
Here we go. People talking, people going down the street. The nameless faces that ignite the type is good for me stuff. A bit of warning before you start to preach. the righteousness wrapped up in reality. I don't know what's good for me. What's good for me? Can't lay back in disbelief. I know better. I wanna feel better. It's you always I'm trying to fight. I know better. I wanna feel better. It's you and me, you know. We can't deny. Dreams stop up and I'm running. When you jump off, why you bugging? Running through my life, running through my mind. I can't even tell my wrong from my right. And then you dump down my throat again. Win another round, I'm broke again. You're the only one who don't give it up. You're the only one who don't give up. I don't know what's good for me. What's good for me? Can't lay back in disbelief. I know better. I wanna feel better. It's you always I'm trying to fight. I know better. I wanna feel better. It's you and me, you know. We can't deny. Usually there's a rap here, but I can't rap. I wanna know better. I wanna feel better. It's you always I'm trying to fight. I know better. I wanna feel better. It's you and me, you know. We can't deny better. I wanna feel better. It's you always I'm trying to fight. I know better. I wanna feel better. It's you and me, you know. We can't deny. It's you and me, you know. We can't deny. Thanks so much.
Gemma Bradley, come take a seat. Come take a seat.
And relax.
Oh, Gemma, that was so beautiful. That was absolutely incredible. Tell us, what was that song called?
So that song is called Better.
Yeah.
And what inspired you to write it?
Not to sound like a songwriter, but it just came to me, you know? But yeah, no, it was one of those ones. I actually got to collaborate with a musician and producer, David Little. He's a real jazz musician and he's just incredible. And he got nominated for a MOBO, which is incredible again. So getting the chance to work with somebody like that was great. But he sent me over a track. I was like, oh, I like the vibe of this. This is a bit of me. And I don't know, the word just kind of came to me. And the more I got into it, it kind of developed into this song of trying to better yourself and trying to feel better. More like a self-care thing, you know, and not taking in other people's opinions, but working on yourself as that person you want to become better, essentially.
Wow, it's a really feminist song.
I guess so.
Yeah. It's about yourself being better. So you're not being better for someone else, you're being better for yourself.
Yeah, all for me.
Wow. Well, that's going to be my new song that I listen to before I come on stage.
How do you become better?
That's the question. That's why I'm singing the song.
You don't sing about things you've already achieved effortlessly, do you?
I don't
So you go up and go, yeah, I've already covered this.
Here are the steps to become it better. First off, turn off social media.
I'm never gonna do it.
Try a face mask once in a while.
Don't go out every time someone asks you, even though you're really flattered. We can help.
Yeah.
We've got ideas.
Yeah.
Come to us. We're a songwriting team. If you're ever thinking, oh, I'm in a real hurry now, I've got to write some lyrics and I don't have much time.
Absolutely. Don't download The Sims ever again.
I feel so seen. Everything you're saying, I've done the face mask, social media Sims. It's like tick, tick, tick.
Absolutely. Do more feminism and less watching other people's Instagram feeds to see if they're more or less successful than you. Those are things that are useful to people.
Oh, absolutely. Or sometimes there's a person I follow on social media, and I was like, oh, they're really cool, and they were just living their lives perfectly fine. And then after a year, I'm like, you again. What kind of good time are you having now? Do you ever stop? Are you taking people like me? Achieve. Oh, a long-term relationship. Go fuck yourself. Do you know that?
Yeah.
It's better. I should have given you.
You fully could have rapped.
I could have been
You could have just been a stream of consciousness in your head, looking at someone you barely know on the internet.
Throw your phone into the sea.
Yeah. It is the main problem with all of us, and yet we continue to just look at them knowing how terrible they are. Anyway.
Oh, beautiful.
Back to you, Gemma. We seem to have got engrossed in our own problems.
Yeah, it's like a weird interview where I ask you one question, I'm like, the problem of me is, how do I stop hating myself, Gemma? Can we?
Gemma, what
you wouldn't get this on BBC Radio 1, I tell you. Top hit today. We got Carly Rae Jepsen. I really need to get a hold of my life.
This is crazy. I've just met you.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do it, Carly. Every time. I give them my phone number too quickly.
This is crazy. I've just met you, but I'm already jealous, and now I hate you. Before you came into my life, I was so mad. Anyway, sorry. I'll stop singing.
I am really enjoying this.
Gemma, what made you become an artist? Was it always in you? Were you always needing to say something? Was there something that was, in the world that you could see that made you want to speak? I think it's such a gift to have. But where does your voice come from?
I think for me, it's one of kind of how I got into music originally. I was knocking around. I was 9. And
9?
You were knocking around at 9.
I don't know why I said you were knocking around.
What are the alternatives to knocking around at 9?
I was making my Barbies kiss each other at 9. That's what I was doing.
You are more 50-50 than you.
No, it's just there was no... I come from an all-women household. There was no action then to enable... Anyway, shut up, Alison. It's fine.
I think you should write some songs, for sure. So, you were knocking around at 9?
Knocking around at 9.
Where were you knocking around?
The streets, no, school. So I was at school, and there were these auditions. There was come play the violin. I was like, oh, I want to play the violin. Got in there. The teacher was like, right, I need everyone to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Messed it up. Gone. You're out. Done. Yeah, so I didn't make the cut for the violin because I didn't know the words.
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yeah.
The most famous thing about the violin is there are no words.
Yeah.
It's a word-free instrument, like so many instruments. You don't need to know the words. That's the whole point. You
So you were a failure at 9. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, this is where we began.
So then by 10 you were just glaring at the girls across the room who had the violins.
Oh, 100%. But no, by default then, I picked up the guitar and started learning that. And I was like, I'm dedicated. I'm going to commit to this. Did a few sort of music workshops in a local kind of rural music club, I call it. They used to run a festival called Glasgowbury, pun on Glastonbury. But it was really good, and that sort of nurtured me to kind of get into music because I saw what I could do. I wrote a song about partying and boyfriends. Again, I was 9, so didn't have much experience.
We have to hear this.
No, I don't think I still know it, to be fair. But those were the lyrics. Partying.
This audience thinks you know it. They're like,
Sing it.
they're rowdy. They're a rowdy crowd.
I wrote a song when I was 9. I can tell you that one if you want. I'll sing it for you.
Go on.
Okay. High is high, low is low. This is where I like to go. Come with me and you'll see where I like to be, baby, baby, baby. That was
Absolutely excellent.
Yep.
You are wasted in comedy. Wasted.
I was in a band called the Glitter Babes. We self-destructed.
Happens to the best of bands. Did you see that Beatles documentary about how they combusted? Was it like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Kelly McKnight wanted to stop. I was going to be on...
She was the John of the band.
She was the John of the band, actually.
And she got a boyfriend, a Yoko.
No, what happened was, we were going to go on Starstream, which was a TV show in Ireland, like a TV talent show.
Yeah.
We applied as the Glitter Babes, but the band imploded the day before. We got into a row. Do you know, we're children. So my dad brought me up to audition on my own as the Glitter Babes. Because I was going solo. I was like Jerry out of the Spice Girls. And I didn't get through to the next round. I was like Jerry out of Spice Girls at that point. You know what I mean? They were like, nah, not on your own, babes. Sorry, Gemma, back to you.
Yes.
Sorry, very similar.
I think a sort of slightly less successful trajectory into music, more into comedy. But I think you were 9 years old and you missed out on the violin. What I will say about the violin, lovely instrument, don't get me wrong, but less sociable at parties. I think you've done well with the guitar. I think you've done very well, and it's become very cool. So you wrote this song, which would you like to sing it? You can't remember it.
Can't remember it. Sorry.
Fortunately, can't remember it. And you heard Alison's. You can't.
To be honest, that topped mine anyway.
So you wrote a song, and then what happened then?
So I wrote this song. I was like, I need to share this with the world. So obviously shared it with my mum, and she was like, "Yeah, that's really good. You know, keep going." So I went to more music workshops, got involved, and then I started gigging when I was about 14 years old. And I just really loved playing to audiences. It was really nerve-wracking. I used to sweat when I played music to an audience. Sweating now. But I really, really enjoyed it. And the more I did it, the more I found my voice and what I wanted to sort of sing about and share with an audience in my songs. It's more what I usually write about. I take experiences from life, sometimes about my own, sometimes about my friends. Sorry, guys.
Oh, how does your friends feel when that? Like, does a friend hear a song and go, "That was a secret"?
I hope not. I hope not. Nobody's actually come up to me like, it's not about that time when, you know, this happened. Luckily not. But I definitely do take influences from their lives.
Will you be writing a song about tonight?
Absolutely.
And can I ask, what things in the music industry would you like to be different? Because you're such a part of it. You're introducing your audience to new musicians on the radio, on national radio. You're also a musician yourself. Are there things that you would like to change, being at the heart of it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for one, representation. Obviously, there's more now, which is great. But I'd still want to see people like me kind of coming up through the scene and doing different genres as well, because a lot of the time, you know, I get thrown into urban music, which I don't play urban music at all, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's things like that. Sometimes I feel like people throw out labels just willy-nilly and don't actually take the time to listen to the music. And also, obviously being a woman in the industry as well, sometimes you don't get taken seriously, which is very annoying. I remember showing up to a gig. I was a bit younger, and the guy on sound just was not giving me the time of day. And I don't ask for much attention, like, you know, but wasn't giving me the time of day. And then we did the sound check. He heard me sing, and it completely changed. His whole attitude changed. He was like, oh, can I get you this? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, don't try and be my friend now. That's not on, you know, because you notice the differences in the interactions you have sometimes with sound people. Not all sound people, sorry guys, not you guys. But
That's a great.
But I have noticed that kind of coming up this scene. So things like that I would like to change, because at the end of the day, we're all talented in the industry and we all deserve a space and should be treated with respect. So those are a couple of things I'd like to change.
Do you find, do you get to bring new voices to the radio as a DJ?
I do, and I absolutely love it. It's something that I'm really passionate about, and I want to make sure that everybody's included as well. I feel like we should be representing everyone, because everyone needs, maybe it is that young child. You want to have somebody that represents them growing up, because when I was growing up, I didn't have that as much. So it's nice to see people in media, in music, that represent you as well.
And do you ever find a resistance to that? Do they say, "Oh, you can't do that on this national radio station"?
Luckily, not for me, which is great. I'm very lucky in that I haven't had that pushback, and where I work as well, we're very heavily involved in trying to make sure it is inclusive and that we are including everybody. So yeah, that's really good. But I feel like there's always going to be pushback, sometimes in the public. Doctor Who is coming to mind for me, because I'm a big Doctor Who fan. But basically, the Doctor Who, when it was first announced that Jodie Whittaker was taking over the role, people were cracking up. They were like, a woman as the Doctor? And
I mean, as a two-hearted Time Lord,
yeah,
I just like the part you're bumping on is the woman part, who travels in a police box. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And I've heard the next Doctor Who is going to be Ncuti Gatwa, who is a black queer man. So this is very exciting. I mean, I'm sure that's going to ruin lots of men's childhoods, and I'm really not unhappy about it. Yeah, no, it's a wonderful thing. And to be part of a national platform and to be coming into this ever-evolving space, which feels so much more representative, almost every day, there's still a long way to go, but I feel like barriers really have been broken in the last 5 to 10 years. What's great for you now? Because I think often women in comedy, I know we get asked, it must be so difficult for you.
Oh, women in comedy, we get asked all the time, they're like, have you been assaulted, right? And men in comedy get asked, are you allowed to do jokes about women getting assaulted? Do you know, that's the time. It's basically
it's true.
that.
Men get asked, it must be awful for you, you can't say anything anymore. And women get asked, what is it? Awful?
Men get asked, it must be awful for you can't say anything anymore. And women get asked, it must be awful for you. And
it's very true. And so I also like to think about all of the really positive things, how much better it's got and is getting. Are there ways in which you feel it's getting better?
I think so. Like I say, it all comes down to that representation. I feel like, for me, I grew up in a really small rural town with sheep, standard Ireland, and for me, being able to, one, play my music to audiences like your lovely selves is great. That's a platform. Being able to perform at festivals, being able to talk nationally on radio as well, and give a space for more voices, for more new music artists breaking through. For me, that's a great thing, and I'm glad that I'm able to do that. So that's been really
wonderful
great for
thing.
me. Yeah.
Who's coming through at the moment that you love?
Tolü Makay, who we're going to hear soon.
Oh!
Yeah, definitely, Tolü. And some other Irish artists. I'm going to say Khaki Kid, Brick Nasty, because I know there's one member in the audience right now also. But yeah, the sort of Dublin scene, Irish scene at the moment is really thriving. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. I'm just back from the Netherlands after seeing so many great new music artists at a music festival, essentially. But yeah.
Do you remember the first music you ever bought? Did you remember going and buying an album?
I this is bad because I actually don't, but something that I do remember from a young age is kind of being in the car with my mum, and we'd have Macy Gray on or Amy Winehouse in the car, and we'd just sit and sing. It didn't matter where we were going, we'd just top of our lungs. Now, my mum can't sing very well, but she'll try, and I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just went for it, and that's sort of early memories for me when I think of those first sort of songs that I was listening to. Also, the Now CDs. I think everybody had those.
Oh, yeah. Now we're great.
Did you have any feminist icon... The what CDs? Oh, like now...
Now. They're a great band. Now.
What? Is this an Irish thing? Is this
It's a music thing, Deborah.
like, now that's what I call music?
Yeah, they're a great band. There's so many different songs as well, like incredible. They had such a great back catalogue. Rock, R&B, dance, they did it all. Now.
Are there any feminist icons that you love and listen to that you think, they really inspired me?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Or
I always...
female artists that,
You can only pick one.
big voices.
There's a few that I listen to. I don't know if they're like up there with the icons yet, but they're definitely make their way. Sort of new people like Mahalia, I would listen to her a lot, and she's very vocal on the sort of representation, especially on festival lineups at the moment, and the representation in award shows too. And I think that's really good that somebody who's young as well is speaking out about things like that, because it's very important. So people like Mahalia, Izzy Bazoo as well. Loads of people really.
Do you remember the first album you bought?
Okay, I've kind of like two. One's an album, and it was called Bravo Hits 94. Because I lived in Germany for what I thought was 2 years, but I've been informed was 3 months. And I was like, I'm practically German. I spent the summer there while my dad was working, and they had a Bravo Hits 94. So I had like Bryan Adams. I had this great song that goes, what'd it go? Ein, zwei, Polizei, my, what's have you? Oh, my, what's have you? Oh.
Sure, that's not one you wrote.
Yeah.
Sounds like an Alison Spittle.
I'm waiting on those royalties. I'm waiting on those. But it was like it was a German dance group that like I quite liked. And then my first single, Mr. Blobby's Christmas, I think. And the B-side had like just these women singing about Mr. Blobby. Come fly away to the... I can't remember the words.
Mr. Blobby?
Yeah. I wonder if it was like, where they start trying to seduce Mr. Blobby. Or like, Mr. Blobby, with your eyes so weird. Going around smashing stuff, making me feel hot in here. That would be my... Mr. Tato. Why don't you come to your senses?
Gemma.
I used to, when I was a kid, I used to like just make up a lot of songs.
I can tell.
That's clear.
Yeah. Once I made up a song about a fella and he hit... No, I shouldn't say that. It's a grim song, but like... I did it right. So I had this enemy on my estate, right? And it was just a childhood enemy. And once he was on his bike, right? And I was singing, Offspring were big at the time. And I went, oh, he's pretty fly for a shite guy. And then he got off his bike. He's like, what did you say? And I was like, nothing. And I felt like a weird travelling minstrel just singing songs of people on my estate. Do you know what I mean? Where you're like, hear the song of the shite guy. That's when I stopped my musical career with violence.
To be honest, it's a loss to the music industry. Gemma, you are a great gain to the music industry. What should we be looking out for you to be doing? Are you writing more songs? Are you recording more songs?
I've actually just finished an EP. Which is like a big milestone for me, because since I started radio, it's not that I stopped music, I still did music, but not as much because, you know, when you start a new job, you want to impress. But yeah, so I finally finished an EP. So there should be new music at some point in 2023, which I'm excited about.
Your EP is going to drop, and we can get that wherever we get our music.
Yes.
What's it called?
Oh, it doesn't have a name yet.
Can I name it?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, let's give it a go. Wait there. So we got empowerment in it, do we? I don't know, like your songs, was that kind of like the song that you sang earlier? Is that going to be on the EP?
No.
Or is that old?
Oh, because I was going to say Better's a great name for an EP.
Okay.
We could still call it Better.
Let's call it, wait there. Mr. Tatoes. What? 50-50?
Oh, 50-50 is a great idea.
50-50 could be good.
50-50 actually is a good name because, you know, it's it could...
Call it the Glitter Babes. And I'll just confuse my neighbour. And she'll be like, what, they've reformed? And I'm like, yes. And we're bigger and better.
So you're going to sing one more song for us tonight. What's it called?
The next song I'm going to sing is called Berserk.
Berserk?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what's that about?
It is about... I'm trying to find a good way to word this. It's actually even not that deep, but it's basically... it's just about... Again, it's sort of independent on your own. You don't owe anybody anything. Self-improvement. I guess, yeah. It's
And will there be any need for Alison to rap?
We could find a spot for you on the track.
Great. All right. Well, we really look forward to hearing Berserk. Please welcome again to the mic, Gemma Bradley.
Woo!
Fun one about this one, actually. I performed it here on this stage at my graduation a few years ago as well. So there you go. It's called Berserk. Why you saying the friends is gonna work? Different lives, different people, it's driving me berserk, berserk. Pain, strike after strike, I didn't sign up for this double-leading life. Actors, I don't try, give me grief, another perfect lie. Think you are? Who do you think you are? I don't owe you anything. Owe you anything. Don't it like you don't see it too? Even feeling this way. I don't owe you anything today. Ba-da-da-da-da. This freight train crisis, it's time to crash and burn. I wonder what the price is. Where you gonna learn? Oh, yeah. A real more controller finally got with through. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can waste another second on you anymore. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I don't owe you anything. Owe you anything. Don't it like you don't see it too? We've been feeling this way. I don't owe you anything today. Today. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. too. We've been feeling this way. I don't owe you anything. Thank you so much.
Gemma Bradley, everybody!
Hello, guilty feminists of Australia and New Zealand. It's me, Grace Petrie, and I'm coming back to do even more headline shows. That's right, this March I will be in Perth, Sydney, Katoomba, Port Fairy, Christchurch, Wellington and Auckland, and I would love to see you at any of the shows. You can get tickets at gracepetrie.com/gigs. Too easy.
Our next guest is an independent artist, singer, songwriter, born in Nigeria, raised in the Midlands of Ireland, and inspired by soulful artists across the globe. Please welcome to the stage, Tolü Makay. Yeah, go for it.
Oh my gosh.
And Tolü, please introduce us.
Who's the dude?
Oh, so this is Lewis Young.
Woo!
He's my guitarist, keyboardist, saxophonist. He plays everything. He literally is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yes.
Can I just say, I'm sad you can't see this on the podcast, but Tolü has the most amazing jacket I've ever seen in my life.
So much.
It's true.
Oh
Gemma had a beautiful oversized orange suit, and now this is an incredible costume as well.
I feel like dirt.
Tolü, what are you going to sing for us?
I will be singing Hello, Are You Awake? A song of mine that I wrote for my EP in 2020.
Oh, beautiful.
Amazing.
Your headband gives me the vibe. It sets the mood.
Does it?
Yeah.
Good. I normally wear this to what did you say? Special occasions. I'll wear it on the bus, hon. Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
It stops people talking to me. Do you know? Who's going to mess with someone with about 20 flowers in their hair? I've got nothing to lose. Do you know what I mean? It's beautiful.
Okay.
Sorry about that. That was a weird talky intro. If that was on your album, you'd be like,
This
what
never
kind of...
happens on Jules Holland.
The music, the ambience in the back.
Yeah, you were giving good ambience where I'm like, I feel like dirt.
Lewis, could we hire you to come and sit behind us doing that while we do stand-up comedy?
Oh, so this is called Hello, Are You Awake? It's like the birds are chirping in the air, greeting me in the way they always do. Hello, are you awake? Can you see the sun peeking from the clouds? Sit between the window through the blinds. Hello, are you awake? I live today feeling awake. Pray you'll fade. Let the sun rain catch you as you fall. Your glory's waiting to dawn. Sometimes it changes. Expect the pain. Know you're okay. Don't be afraid to let your tears follow the rain. Your flowers will pave the It's like the birds are chirping in the air, greeting me me in the way they always do. Hello, are you awake? Can you see the sun peeking from the clouds? Sit between the window through the blinds. Hello, are you awake? Alive today, feeling awake. Rain won't fade. Let the sun ray catch you as you fall. Your glory's awaiting to dawn. Sometimes it changes. Expect the pain. Know you're okay. Don't be afraid to let your tears follow the rain. Your flowers will pave a You can sing along with me here. I'll teach you something. So you sing, you got it all. You got it all. You got it all. You got it all. I can hear the voices. Come on. Yeah, you got it all. Sing with me. You got it all. Got it all. You got it all. You got it all. You got it all. Got it all. Got it all. You got it all. You got it all. Woo! Got it all. Got it all. You got it all. You got it all. Hello, are you awake?
You guys can sing. You guys, round of applause to you guys. Sing.
Not only do you have an audience, you also have a choir.
Tolü.
Oh my God.
Wow, wow.
And wow to Lewis as well.
Yes.
There's an actual physical tear. There's an actual, that's
absolutely
crazy. You can touch
incredible.
it if you like. That's yours. You made that.
You put it in a jar. I actually
Yeah,
want to
wait
take it
there.
home.
I want to tour with you. What if we just do a tour together, which is just me, Alison, and you? We just go on the road.
Yeah.
Don't come back. Lewis, could you come too? Lewis
Yeah,
is
that
like,
was amazing.
Lewis. Yeah, I'm just. These are
You
just
know what?
suggestions.
Listen, if you're saying it now, I will.
Excellent. You heard that here.
That was incredible.
Wow.
That was incredible.
I want to know. I want to know about you. Like, what was your childhood like? When did you become a musician? And like, just tell me anything you want to tell me about yourself.
Where do we start? My story is so long.
That's okay. We have time.
I'm so old. No.
You're so old. You're like, didn't you tell me backstage you were 27?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
I'm not 27 yet. August.
Oh, you're just
You're
bragging
still
now.
26.
Yes.
So old. So old.
So when did I start? I started singing in the church when I was like about 8. It was my uncle that we had like a Pentecostal church, and it was a very small church. It was called Redeemer. I don't even know. I went to so many churches. It was crazy. But so my uncle grabbed me. He was like, right, come into the choir, because it was kind of like just a few of us. So you're a girl, you can sing, just sing.
Yeah.
But you know, being in the church, it just felt like anybody could sing, so it was just like whatever.
Was everyone good at singing in the church?
No.
Okay.
No. But I think coming, like, the first time that I had someone else that wasn't like my relative or part of the church that affirmed that I could sing was when I was in primary school in Tullamore. And from Tullamore, County Offaly, if no one knows. Go on. Yeah, so this she does vocal lessons, and she came into the class, and she said, everybody sing happy birthday, and then I sang happy birthday, and then she was like, you. And I was like, me. Wow. And she gave me like a role to do, because like at the end you do like a presentation for your
was she like,
or something.
now you could sing for She's a Jolly Good Fellow, you were ready?
Something like that. I had my own section.
This is the opposite to Gemma's story, where she had one crack at Twinkle
I'm sorry,
Twinkle.
Gemma. I took it. No.
No, it's fascinating. But this is how everyone gets there. Because of that, she's not a concert violinist. She's here doing this. So
She picked up the guitar, wrote some great music.
When she was saying the story, I was
this teacher, but this is the interesting thing about teachers as well. It's like what they're going to give or take. But this is, they recognize, she recognized your talent.
Yeah, she was amazing. And she was only there for like a day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I ended up living in the same estate with her for like years.
Oh, wow.
It was very strange. My life is it's weird.
Do you still know her now? She's here tonight.
She knows me. But yeah, but then the Mean Girls didn't bring the mic to the stage when I was supposed to perform, so nobody heard me.
What?
Yeah,
there were Mean Girls in Offaly.
She turned around, looked at me, knowing that she was supposed to bring the mic, and she just didn't. Yeah.
Do you want to name it? No.
And then from that day on, I was like, I need to show myself. Everyone needs to mic and sing.
So actually, it was the opposite of feminism that spurred you on.
Oh, was that?
Yeah,
bad?
no, but that's interesting. No, it's just all interesting. There's no wrong answers here.
No, but then again, I feel like I went to an all-girls primary school, so that...
So the bad guys are girls when you're in an all-girls school.
Yeah, we can say that, exactly.
That's true.
Still
and I think
feminist.
there is a little bit of a narrative at the moment that is unhelpful. You know, men are this and women are that. It's actually quite reductive.
Yeah. Everyone
are,
can be bollockses.
Yeah.
Yes.
women are human. It is actually dehumanizing to go, oh no, we're all truth-telling angels the whole time. You know, I think, we all know Mean Girls at school and it's people go through phases and stages.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, look at Taylor Swift. Like, some of her songs were problematic, where it's like, she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. It's like, oh, what, do you want a medal, Taylor? Like, what's the... She wears short skirts, therefore she doesn't... But
then she went and fought for abortion rights, so people are allowed to...
No, I'm saying, so I'm not...
No, I'm just saying, like, we're allowed to grow up and, like, we've all probably done things... I feel like we've all done things that are problematic. It's just we didn't all have hit singles of those things.
Yeah, like look at Avril Lavigne and Skater Boy, another problematic song. Do you know? Where she's like, you wasn't good enough for her, and like she goes, sorry girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. And you're like, you've met him when he's a successful musician, Avril, and you're like, oh, he's attractive now. You don't know what he was like in school. He mightn't have washed his balls. You don't know. Do you know what I mean? And she's trying to make out that the narrative of that song.
Yeah, no.
Right? Is that, this woman did ballet. What more can she say? The Skater Boy liked her. She liked him as well, but she didn't go near him. And then Avril is now bringing this up after years. And you're like, Avril, like, surely he's over this as well. Like, why are you bringing this back up? But anyway,
I feel
sorry.
you might know the lyrics at a more granular level than I do.
Yeah. Because I was
I'm not sure I fully know the whole narrative of that. The ins and outs.
When I heard Skater Boy, I listened, right? I sat down and I listened.
Do you have any from your childhood sort of things that you look back on now and you go, oh my God, I absolutely loved that, but you look back on the lyrics now or the meaning or the motor of the song or the artist and go, oh God, like, do you have any, what's your relationship with music? Is it complicated, to quote an Avril Lavigne lyric?
There we go.
No, not at all. On the spot. Oh God.
No, you don't have to have any answers to these things, by the way. You don't have any answers. But do you have a complicated relationship with music?
I have a very complicated relationship with music. Like, I suppose the reason why I got into singing and writing songs was because I needed to find a way of expressing myself. I was really quiet. I was very shy. I was bullied when I was younger. And I covered my mouth with my hand in front of my face whenever I was talking to people. So it took a long time for me to kind of find a way to make people understand me or hear me in general. So music and writing songs was a way for me to kind of create a world of understanding, like, for my emotions, because I felt like I was either too much for people to understand, even within my own family. So, yes, I think my EP in 2020 was like the first time I kind of documented something that was, that kind of held everything that I had been feeling that was pent up in a jar for so long. But now that I'm thinking about it, hopefully the next few songs I write speaks about the stuff that I went through. I mean, I've been working my way to kind of, challenge myself to be more truthful about, certain situations. Because I suppose growing up in a Christian family, I've always learned, to always talk about things through like a gospel lens. The good news, always bring out positivity and make it come, whatever it is that you're talking about, there's always a good side to it. But no, I think it's really important to also be like, things are fucked up and I want to get out of earth. I have a song about that. I haven't released it yet. Yeah.
What's it called? I want to get out of earth.
Yeah, no, literally, that's the lyrics. Oh Lord, get me out of earth, take me to Mars. EARTH, take me out of earth. Yeah, that's literally the lyrics.
I believe Elon Musk is working on that.
I want to meet him so that I can be like, yo, this should be your soundtrack when you're like going to Mars next time. Like, yo, slide it in there.
I mean, listen, if you can get any coin out of that man, I mean, it's not that difficult to do. You could probably sell it to him for $44 billion. He pays over the odds for stuff.
I was talking to my boyfriend about this recently. I was like, I just need someone to sponsor me.
Yeah.
Just give me the money. Because you're rich enough, just give it to me. 1%? I will take that fully. $4 million.
I mean, patrons used to be the way for artists. If you look at, there's only one reason why Michelangelo painted on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel is get paid. It was all patrons in those days. Poets used to write for patrons and that kind of thing. So if there are any wealthy patrons, but ideally not Elon Musk, ideally feminist patrons.
Yes.
I don't know that you really want to be the soundtrack for anything Elon Musk is doing. He's a very odd man.
I don't want you being in a spaceship with him. Do you know what I mean?
Who wants to be on
I don't want you to be like singing to him.
I think you could do so much better than Elon Musk, Tolü, just to be very clear.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you were listening and you have some money to sponsor / be the patron of Tolü Makay.
If you want to be my sugar mommy, sugar daddy, yes.
Like, you're an independent artist. How do people support your work?
People are great, and I'm still.
How can I give you money?
Okay, great.
Oh yeah.
That's
do you have
way.
Are there ways that we can sponsor you?
I will give you money.
At the moment, the only way you can kind of do it, obviously, is streams, listen to my songs on Spotify, all that kind of stuff, buy merch, etc. However,
at the moment, I'm setting myself up with making sure that I have like a good business model, making sure I have the merch, making sure I have all of that. So also needing good management will be great.
So do you have management?
No, I'm all
Right.
by myself.
How do you not have management?
Okay.
But you're really famous.
Sorry?
How do you not have management? You're really famous.
I do it all by myself, baby.
Wow.
So if there's
all this.
if there's someone listening to this and you like, because my obsession, by the way, is like YouTube 2-hour-long videos on record contracts that have fucked up artists in the mid 2000s. Like genuinely, JoJo was done right. Leave Get Out. And a woman has an amazing album that came out 2 years ago, and I'm like, I love her. So if you're listening, you're a music industry person and you're not a prick. You will not break this woman's soul.
Don't break my soul. I will write about it.
Give her all the money, right? Let her rest. Let her look after her psychologically. Don't be weird.
Yes.
What else do you need? Just like Mary Poppins, where we're like a good exec.
No, I don't ask for much. I mean, if I could have like a huge house with a jacuzzi,
there we go.
A sauna, a slide that brings me all the way from my bedroom down to the ground floor. Just small things like that.
Amazing. It's like. Do you ever watch Cribs? Missy Elliott had a bed that was a car, and when I was a kid, I was like, I want that life.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I was like,
I want to create that kind of life for myself. Absolutely.
What do you burn to write about? What gets you out of bed? What do you find yourself writing about accidentally?
At the moment, what's really getting me excited that I'm currently writing actually is my journey going to Nigeria. And that was like last month. It was revelations upon revelations upon revelations. Because I think there was a lot of things I needed to learn about myself, about my family, about the duality of being Nigerian and also being Irish and living in Ireland for so long, feeling misunderstood. Like, there's just so much happening in here.
Yeah.
And then going back home, because I hadn't seen my family since before, the pandemic, so 2019. Mm-hmm. So that was the first time back again. And
some of your family back in Nigeria?
Most, like my mom, my dad, my brother, all my sisters, most of them, they're all there. So I've had to grow up very quickly. So there was just a lot of things I hadn't sat down with emotionally. And again, I'm very emotive with how I write my songs. It's all about my feelings, me. But it just got me so excited because I was like, oh, there's so much more to explore. There's so much more within me that I haven't done. So for example, knowing that the reason why I wrote my EP and didn't really delve into the actual topics was because of Christianity. I want to tell you guys that. I want to be able to write that down and be like, okay, I got out of a cult and now I'm saved. I want to talk about the times that I drank and did not remember my name. I want to talk about the really honest, dark and beautiful, but terrifying and crazy things that happened in my life because it's human, but also I feel like it helps me just not feel alone in my mind.
Yeah.
I have a very similar experience getting out of a cult, and then it takes ages to be able to speak about it. But also, if your old life is there, then you're like, am I speaking out in a way that might upset family members or?
Yeah, I think I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't care. It's for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, I love it. But you got to get to that place. It took me ages to get to that place, and I love that. That you're there, that freeing of the self.
Yeah.
When you find your true artist self, I think you're finally okay to make art that your parents wouldn't like.
Yeah.
And it takes a while.
Oh, it takes courage. It takes
really
tremendous courage. And I think that's why the trip was so amazing, because as soon as I left, I was like, oh God, I have a whole album in my head.
Wow.
This is what the album's supposed to be about. This is what the whole year of me going through whatever I went through was just for me to write about this. Got it. Ditto. Tick. It felt like finally, Jesus, let's get on with it now. Now we can start writing. Because I think for me, the way I am as an artist is I have to experience things, and I need to really make sure I feel it. I need to almost taste it in my tongue. It has to be so true. It has to be so real. It needs to be so raw. I need to feel it as much as my heart pounds,
before I can put it out, because if it's not true or if I don't love it, then I can't put it out. And I suppose that's why I haven't even released a song since, and no one has noticed, which is great. But like for this year, even with the songs that I'm going to release, it's more about me having fun. And then hopefully in 2024, when I have everything I want sorted, and in the way that I want it to get out to the world, it's going to be life-changing, because that's what I want.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the album's coming out next year.
Hopefully.
Life-changing for
Yes.
you and us, I
Yes.
assume. When
Yes.
we hear this
We can
this
do it
album.
twerk.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do some performances together, I'm absolutely sure, for the release of your album. It's going to be great.
Yes.
And I'm just so excited. What would you like to change about the music industry?
So many things.
How is it like as an independent artist? As a woman?
It's as an independent artist and as a woman. I mean, I've had management, but I think one of the things is obviously being Black, being Irish, living in Ireland. I think people don't know how to market me. I think, and also they want me to sound a particular way. Or if I sing a specific song, they think that this is it. This is who you are. You have to stay like this. And I'm like, no, I'm evolving. I'm constantly changing. Like, I'm changing my hair every second day. Like you can't tell me what to do. No. So like and especially because you don't know who you are yet. So when you're like in the period of changing and evolving, and you have people that are kind of like, you know, that have a view of you that don't want you to change, it's like you're a conflict constantly, and I don't like that. But I'm finding really cool people at the moment. God, this sounds so sad. It's so
Not
serious.
at all. Not at all. I'm loving hearing this, and I'm loving that you're being true to yourself and your sounds and your evolving
Absolutely.
voice and your evolving, aesthetics, looking on the outside like you feel on the inside, and you're responding to that without agreeing to be controlled and locked down so you can sell a bunch of records.
I think
for
one
somebody.
thing I'm learning is that there's no blueprint for the kind of artist that I am. Like, with the viral hits of like N17 and things like that, there's just, I haven't seen a me, so I have to be like, I am the me, and I have to just trust that my intuition is good enough to get me to where I need to be, because I have huge dreams, and it's only me that knows how much I want to achieve them. So I just need to find the right people to get me to that step. And also, I've learned the power that I have. I've learned so much. I've learned that, like being who I am, and also like, I don't know how to explain it. Like there's no, I don't know how to explain it, but like there's no, like, I think I was kind of like shy about how or who I am, because I didn't know how to explain it to other people. But now I'm like, there's power in that. Like there's power in being different. There's power in like other people being excited because they don't know what you are or how to market you exactly. And you can constantly just keep changing as much as you can. Like there's one thing that...
It's been all right for Madonna. She
like,
seems to have done okay.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I want to do that. I want to keep changing. Like I was again speaking to my boyfriend.
Well, if you do change, can I have that jacket?
Nope. The thing is, no, someone already bid, like, ask me for this already. But like, I'm learning that I can do so many things as many times as I want, and there shouldn't be a gap to that. And I think that's one thing that people kind of tell women they can't. Like, you can't be too many different things, or you can't explore too many, or you can't have it all, which I call captives. Absolute bullshit. If today I want to do punk, I'm going to do punk. If tomorrow I want to do R&B, I'm going to do R&B. If the next day I want to be a pop global star, I'm going to do that. Like, I don't see, like, my voice is my genre. Like, that's yeah.
And it's
I
an
am.
amazing genre. It's
Thank you so
incredible.
much.
It's an incredible genre.
Danke. Thank you.
Can I ask you, firstly, is there anything you came to say that you didn't get to say before you sing your last song?
Ooh. Should I explain what my last song is about?
That was my next
Lovely.
question.
Okay. Well,
I'll set you up with that question instead. So, tell us, what's your next song about?
So my next song is called Goodbye, and it is about an ex-boyfriend. So I was trying to find a polite way to say fuck you. So goodbye was the best way to say it, because back then I was still very polite and, not wanting to hurt anyone's feelings. But he wasn't the best, but I wish him the best.
That's the most Irish way I've ever explained an ex. He wasn't the best, no.
But yeah, this is Goodbye. And have you guys noticed I started with Hello, Are You Awake? And now my name.
Yes.
A whole story in one. Okay, yeah.
Okay, all right. In that case, Tolü, it's been just an incredible thing to be with you again on this stage. We'd love to have you. Can we get you over?
Yeah, I think let's get that happening.
Yeah, we need to get you over to London as soon as possible, I think.
ASAP.
Oh,
You
get
should
this
all
woman
come.
in the biggest room. Like, she's amazing.
Oh, thank
Genuinely. You can stay in my house. I will let you stay in my house.
No problem.
Yeah,
as
I'm
long
sure-
as you let me have this headband.
If we could swap it for the jacket. I'm not letting go.
All right, please welcome back to the mic for her final song tonight, Tolü Makay.
Did you think that I won't be okay right after you left me? Did you think that I'll drown myself in tears while I tuck myself to sleep? Well, goodbye to you. Oh, goodbye to what we used to do. I'll be okay. I know for sure that when I'm on my own that I'll be fine without you. I know if I fall, I'll be able to pick myself and soar. I'm just happy it's over. I can be myself now that it's done and it's over. It took me time for me to see who I am, but now I understand no matter what, I am strong. I'm just happy it's over. I can be myself now that it's done and it's over. Well, goodbye to you. Oh, goodbye.
you so much for having me. Guilty feminist. And thank you so much to Lewis Young. Appreciate it. And thank you all as well for being my choir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Tolü Makay, everybody! I don't care what anyone says, Tolü. In this music industry, you are going to be so huge. You're going to be a global superstar. And then
Yes.
we are all going to be remembering the time we were in this gorgeous but, intimate venue, and we're all going to be like, oh my God, now she's playing stadiums, and we're seeing if we can get an invitation over to see if we can have a go in her sauna. Do not forget us. Do not forget us. That was absolutely amazing. Tolü, Makay and Lewis, everybody! You have been listening to The Guilty Feminist with me, Gemma, guest host Alison Spittle, and our very special guests, Gemma Bradley and Tolü Makay. The recording engineer was Chris Ladante. Music was by Mark Hodge. The producer was Tom Seletsky with the Spot Lady Shop. Thanks to Rachel Crafton, Sheila Dicio, Bren Berry, Zainab Mohammed, and everyone at the Sugar Club, as well as all of you for listening. For more information about this and other episodes, visit theguiltyfeminist.com. Thank you so much. We've been The Guilty Feminist. I've been Deborah Frances White. Good night. Firstly, let's play I'm a Feminist, but...
Hey!
Okay. Hold on. I have to bring
You're
my
seeing
notes.
how the sausage is made now.
Yeah.
You get to hear all the M's. I hope you love that.
It's very true. I'm a Feminist.
The Guilty Feminist is provided exclusively from Acast. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.